Hey y'all, so let's get into Joe Budden's The Crackhead and CAMRON for a second because the internet is going crazy about Joe Budden removing his statement about Diddy and what he had to say in regards to DV and the treatment of women in that aspect. And the reason why a lot of these guys are not going to give you what you want in regards to a response about these issues is because they don't want people to start coming forward on them because they have also had their stint with being Ike Turner. Now, I don't know if y'all remember or if y'all kept up or watched any of the Love and Hip Hop franchises or any of that, but it's been said on multiple occasions that Joe Budden will beat you down to the floor. They said Joe Budden, the crackhead, will beat you like you stole something, okay? All the girls between Tahiri, there was a young lady named Esther Baxter that he used to deal with, and the other girl from Love and Hip Hop, Sin Santana. They have all alleged that he has assaulted them. Now, why somebody would make this up, I don't know, because people weren't listening anyway, because when they came forward with these allegations, it's not like anything happened to him or he got in any type of trouble or faced any repercussions for any of his actions. The men are not being dragged down because I hate to hear, oh, you guys are trying to drag a black man down. You can't get dragged down for something if you don't put anything out there to get dragged down for. So let's just start with that. If you didn't do anything, your name would not be being brought up. Nobody would jump out there and say, you've done all of these deplorable things. And it's not true. And I'm not saying that you may not run into a female that might be crazy and she might not be pleased with the way the relationship went or how it ended. And she might try to, tarnish your image or get you back, because that does happen. Women do that, and we're not going to play the innocent role. Okay. Females do that. But if multiple people keep coming forward and telling the same story about you, 9 times out of 10, it's some form of truth to it. And previously, when Joe Budden, the crackhead, was asked about these things, the master manipulator in him came out and started explaining these situations in a fashion that would make it seem a little more innocent than it actually was. But in all actuality, he should have went over that script before he spoke it to other people, because to the people listening, it sounds ridiculous. Now, y'all can go check that out and look that up in regards to what he did to Esther Baxter. But when he was explaining what he did, sounds like you did what she said to me. Now, let's move on to CAMRON, because I'm sure y'all seen a clip of his hot mess of an interview that he did on CNN. And what I have to say about that is, I don't know this young lady because I don't watch the news at all. But I can say this. When you're going to interview somebody, or when you're about to do any type of business with somebody where both parties are going to be on camera, you should do your due diligence before you actually go live with this thing. Now, this young lady being black, and like I said, I don't know her. I don't know much about her. I don't know her age group. But she looks like she's old enough to know better than to ask CAMRON to do an interview. His interviews are terrible. They are never going to go how you think they're going to go. CAMRON is an absolute mess, and he acts a fool. In which I'm not judging him for that, because it's cool to be unapologetically yourself. Like, if you're a mess, be that. You know what I'm saying? But when you're doing business, it's up to you to protect yourself. But to me, it seems as though they were trying to humiliate this young lady, because who would invite him for an interview when he's not even the one that worked with Diddy? Like, if you were going to go to anybody from that realm, it should have been Mace, because Mace actually worked with him, right? So why would they pick somebody that didn't even work with Diddy? That doesn't even make sense. And again, this is why I don't trust these news outlets, because they do absolutely no research. They get up there and just be freestyling. And if I want to watch somebody freestyle, I'm going to go where the freestylers is at. Like, this is the same man that sat up on CBS News and spoke to Anderson Cooper. And this man asked him, do you think you should speak to the police? And Cam's response was, yeah, I think you should say, hello, hi, how you doing? Playing around. Why would anybody book him? Why would anybody put him on TV, put him in front of the camera and think they're going to get a real serious interview from him? Like, be for real. This man got on live TV and said, I got to take my horsepower drink because I'm getting some cheeks after this. Like, why didn't they cut to a commercial or something? Like, they should have cut to something totally different after he did that. Like, they should have just known. They should have known that they wasn't going to get what they wanted from this man. And Cam also has not been known to be as respectful to women. I remember an interview from about 20 years ago where he was sitting in a car. It was him and Jim Jones, and somebody was asking him questions, and he was talking about, he had a young lady with him, and he was just describing the things that she had on. But it was just horrible, because he called that girl the B word so many times that it was deplorable. But again, that's who he is. The young lady that was sitting next to him, she obviously didn't have a problem with what he was saying about her, and she didn't stop him. So, I mean, with guys like him, you get what you get. And are we surprised? Absolutely not. But what did y'all think about that? Because I thought it was an absolute train wreck, but I was actually cracking up, because, I mean, that's what y'all get. Like, stop playing around. They know exactly what they're doing in regards to the people that they chose to put in the forefront and ask questions. Go talk to the people that really kick it with Diddy. But y'all know better than to do that. Y'all not going to go to Jay-Z and say, hey, what do you feel about that tape? Y'all not going to go to a Meek Mill and say, hey, what do you feel about that tape? Why are they not speaking to the people that are closest to him currently? It's a reason why they do everything that they do. And that's the exact reason why I don't watch it.